NRG starting on a CT side. Fugly, almost said Nate. Ethan, Daps, and Cirque. You know when people try to bring back the whole thing where they have their full name as their name and then like their nickname in quotes and stuff, like you can't commentate.
Patrick Forrest
That's
Lindbergh.
impossible. It's impossible to commentate that. It's so hard to see who is doing what. Ooh. So I'm glad that's gone away.
Jesus.
Cirque missed the one tap. Daps missed more than one tap. Oh, there we go. There's the one tap. The man in red. Now Fly trying to bring it back, picking up the USP. Maximum range, my friend. I think there's something like 1575 units for a headshot of a USP.
What?
Like the units of the game.
15 to...
Like for a one-shot?
1575, I think is the range, yeah. Or something like that.
Oh,
versus an unarmored opponent.
Gotcha.
Wanders is like dividing that by bunny hops. How many bunny hops is that?
I
numbers.
actually asked the developers, like, what is that in terms of like meters or something?
Yeah, yeah.
And they did tell me, but I can't remember. But also, it doesn't actually, it's irrelevant. Basically, because you can't do anything useful with that. So.
Yeah, a unit's very small.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure out like if you had an MP9,
like if you
what the maximum effective range is from a close point if somebody's on a boost. But it's pretty. I did actually measure it because I like to use MP9. So it's like where do I need to stand for a maximum impact if somebody appears on a boost
on cache
position on cache, yeah, with an MP9 because there's a constant damage fall off with different weapons, right? So it's like the minimal damage fall off.
What did you find out? Like how far?
I have to show it to you. I can't really explain it because it's just an area, you know. So you have a feeling when you're in that area, and yeah. So I try to be in that area without getting shot diagonally by people who are behind the smoke.
I actually feel like that'd somewhat be useful. Like you might be tempted if you're sitting at white box, like do a little bit of damage, but if you knew you just get, you know, just
risk reward
owned, yeah. Yeah.
Not much reward for Liquid in this round. Still looking for the biggest flick of all time, but not to happen.
But yeah, if you run and jump straight, you go about just like 220 units or so. So.
What's your furthest long jump?
270, 279, something.
That seems like pretty far. I'm trying to remember. Might be able to do that with like 600 gravity.
It was crazy. Like that was like the number 1 or 2 best long jump like 3 years ago, and now people can do like 285 or something like that. It's just unbelievable.
Consistently?
Well, best, but they can like average. You know, now they can average like 280. Which once upon a time it was just the game hasn't changed in terms of like how far you can go.
Yeah.
But people have just got so much better at strafing, just strafing for years.
You know how you can you still jump across like the mid on Mirage from like chair to the other side?
Yes.
How far is that?
That's far. That's farther because you have the B-hop. So it's probably like 260 maybe.
You're saying from chair to cats?
Yeah, you can make that jump.
Really?
You have the B-hop and hit like 4 or 5 straight. I actually told Automatic the other day, he DM'd me about movement, and I told him that if you can make that jump, he'll feel like really good about where his movement's going. It's not easy though. Like I've only hit it once.
By round for both these teams, the AKs are out of Team Liquid. 2 players towards the IV position, and things will start to slow down. Daps firmly in control of Pop for the time being. But maybe they will make his head like grape, and Pop it. I like using broken like Eastern European English. Make his head like grape. Oh, Nafly drawing, and he sees a second player, but he doesn't need to fight to the death. He has an advantage for his team. They don't need to risk losing a player beyond what he's done already. Notice how he hasn't reloaded his weapon because that would give his position away, and they don't want him to know. He doesn't want them to know, rather, where he is at that point. So he's really careful with that. Even venture to the USP. He's so smart.
He's killed himself.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Maybe he shot him on the way down, and then he had no health left to take the fall. It's kind of hilarious. And that leaves Twist alone. Strong start to the CT side for NRG.
Yeah, that play by Daps early in the round is a play you make when you're up 3-0, and you don't really care about this round very much.
That's what I was wondering. Like, what?
Like you don't make that
you can't
play.
know for sure that
you don't
it's
make
safe.
that play down 0-3. Like that's. But it's also a play that if it works, you just tilt the other team for the entire half. You know, like they have to be worried about everything at that point because they know you're not respecting them at all if you're making that kind of play.
You just pick a really good time to do it.
Yeah.
Do you have 12 or 2? Oh, yeah, 2 HP on the way down. I don't know if you meant to just detach from the ladder entirely. He just literally just killed himself.
You know, it'd be a really good video, just a compilation of people trying to drop ladder. All the different ways that people do it, like throwing 2 people down, throwing nades down.
There is a lot of different techniques.
And then just all getting owned by fur.
That is true.
That crater reminded me of that infamous round where some guy accidentally bought a Negev, then went up a B, jumped off the ladder and died. He just cratered.
As an
Long time
Ivy
ago.
player, I cry a little bit for Breezy right there. That's so frustrating.
Oh, on his head, on his noggin. That is spinal surgery, spinal fusion surgery. Japanese surgeon required. Never wrestle again.
The
How is
Japanese
this is
know.
down to a 2 versus 2 in a pure pistol run for Team Liquid?
Yeah, that lurk out mid was pretty devastating. Moved them around a lot. NRG.
Is it because they didn't have a sandwich guy?
Yeah, he just had a really good timing coming out. You know, no one was Z holding the for him to come out, and
Uh-oh. That could have been a round-winning jump. But he messed it up. Oh, Twist, what are you doing?
Oh, he just sits there. Love that. He didn't even hide, so he knows
He
it.
realizes. Oh! 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 Circle course 5-0 NRG, but boy, that was an expensive round. They've got 2 more buys in it.
what do you think about the Medusa, James?
I have a Medusa.
Do you?
Of course I do.
No, you didn't. You weren't using that earlier. I was watching you.
No, I have lots of AWPs. So I have 1 per side. So I have the Medusa on the T side right now, and I have the, although normally it's the CT side, but I have the Mortis on the CT side, which I called Rigor Mortis because I'm a genius.
Yeah, that's the thing that you pour on dead bodies. It's the process of taking care of a dead body.
No, Rigor Mortis is when it stiffens.
Yeah, it's just your
You're
body
thinking of
stiffening.
formaldehyde.
Yeah, you're thinking.
Oh.
I don't want to call you out, but since James did.
James did, yeah. So.
I think you pour it in dead bodies, not on dead bodies. I think you like
Do you make
drain
him
the
drink
blood
it?
and replace
Or
it with
just take it?
formaldehyde.
Oh, okay.
So they have the open casket funerals.
Not that James has any
They're like, oh,
experience
he
or
looks so nice. But all his blood has been drained from him and he's filled with formaldehyde. The rigor mortis is when the body stiffens up for whatever reason. The dead body.
I have a joke, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
Don't do it.
All right.
Don't do it.
It's not quite Summit House.
6-0. Childish people.
James just knows me. I didn't even say it yet, James. You don't know if I'm childish.
I'm childish. But not that kind of childish.
They
They
smoke
come with
ladder.
smoke grenades. Alright, so lots of bodies spotted by Circle. Take one with him. Lining up for the second one. He's got good cover on the bomb train with that kind of timing. And he makes use of it well. Continuing to aggress. Oh, God.
I don't think he was.
Alish getting tagged, but Steel's coming in from the back, and Sek's got the grenades out. Now there are issues for NRG. However, they do have a diamond surround of Liquid, and that's going to make it really hard to get the bomb planted. Leech may have to... he's got to cover Pop and Ivy, but there is a Molotov towards Pop, and in the meantime he gets killed from Ivy. So the bomb is down, but too many man for Steel. 7 rounds for NRG.
Yeah, just it didn't feel like they were equipped well enough to stop what Cirque did to get those 2 opening picks. Like he just had those easy shots, you know, like There's no utility used to push him off of either angle.
On his screen, A site looked totally open.
Yeah,
Nothing
exactly.
he wanted to do was something.
Exactly. I guess they went out before the smoke.
Either bomb site molly would have worked really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the Medusa, but it's a shame because most of the cool arts is not visible unless you're inspecting the weapon, and who does that with an orb?
Yeah.
So, but the little tentacles are cool,
Yeah.
and also it looks really nice if you put a Fnatic sticker on the scope. The contrast well with the black and the blue. Rushing into the A site are Team Liquid going for a fast one, but they really need to get this kill onto Daps, moving into the high ground, making no bones about it. He will be hurt. So I think we finally found Team Liquid's first round. Seal drawing the weapon, and Breeze might go for this. Not sure where the money is right now for NRG. I think they'll have another buy. Yes, they will have more than one. So they're fine, and they have a good opportunity to reset and make it expensive for Team Liquid. 2 players dead.
That was really interesting because they did another fast execute outside. Their last one was like fell flat, so I didn't really notice. But I'm wondering what the difference was. What nades they threw differently that round?
Well, that was a dry ladder run out, and the other one was like a mid run out. So maybe they thought Cirque would be opting on Z, dry ladder run out. You don't have to deal with an op back 6, op bomb train right away. So they just run out ladder, get that opening kill. Oh,
Yikes.
Steel says no. Fugly, that smoke might work for him, but Cirque is with the AWP. That doesn't work for many. Is this another round for Team Liquid? Man advantage, as there was another frag at the same time. All the CTs going for the save, and Legion's hunting them, but Cirque is still too fast. He refuses to be sprayed down, and he may just escape.
Do you know about best spawn? Best spawn versus best spawn, who gets the ladder first? Can you get down ladder with your best T spawn?
it's really close. I feel like whenever I want to get a guy quick and ladder, I just throw a shit ton of flashes over mid, just to basically like deter anyone from, you know, wanting to just immediately run into ladder. It kind of stalls him a little bit. His pathway isn't perfect. So you do stuff like that, you know, to slow down a CT. So it's never really an issue if you do it correctly.
So what do you think about the Medusa?
It's nice. I also like his glove and knife combination. Did you see that?
Cirque?
Cirque, yeah. He has a. Wait till you see this. It's nice, right?
Oh, there you go.
It's not bad.
I think
He's
mine's,
even showing
I
it
think
off for
mine's
you.
better, to be honest with you. You saw mine, though, right? My crimson weave gloves and my red bayonet.
No,
No, I
the
didn't see it.
checkered red and black gloves.
That's outstanding. I'll have to show you. Mine's better than that. No offense. I mean, his is nice. Because if I thought his was nice, I'd probably get tilted and like spend $1,000 trying to buy that crap. 5-round lead for NRG, and they've got the buy again. And this time it's Ethan. They've switched it up. Maybe they thought it was Hunt Dap's time, and he just makes it look really easy. And the funny thing is, Daps doesn't see that, so he's probably thinking like, "Oh, he did some really nice play," because they weren't showing that much when Daps was there.
Steel's gonna smoke off a ladder room.
I mean, that's wild. That's just like round over. They were just gonna take it. They're gonna try to get down ladder safely.
Daps is near the sandwich position, but he'll lose a duel to Twist. Trades elsewhere, and Breeze will bring one back, almost 2. Steel with less than 10 HP versus 2. He's doing his best on the ladder, but off the ladder he will fall.
Doesn't seem like Liquid are gonna win anymore.
Yeah, if I go back on my pick.
Damn, man.
I feel like lately when I've been watching Liquid, their CT sides have been really strong. I don't know what happened on Mirage, but if they don't give themselves enough of a cushion, they could just, you know, potentially get blown out on a pistol round loss.
No, I agree. Their CT side Mirage is really strong normally.
Similar to their previous play, just rushing very quickly into the A site. Is it going to work out for them? It seems that the fragging will for the time being. Cirque doesn't hit a player coming on the high ground, and Fugly's the last man standing very quickly indeed. 1 versus 3, 3 players quite tagged. That's a nice 180 from him, but he can't do any more. Keeps them on his Team Liquid, but Liquid win the round.
Something I've noticed both times, that's the second time Liquid's run that ladder run out strat, and both times, Ethan has had a really good feeling that that ladder shot was going to come. And that time he mollied that ladder wall. And it's really difficult as a player by Hell to feel a ladder hit coming instead of a mid hit. You know, it's hard to differentiate which one's about to happen. And both times he felt the right thing. Both times he knew that people were going to be flooding out ladder. That's really impressive by him.
He's the second person. Ethan with the off angle and Cirque can bait in the meantime. Ethan sprayed the by Liege though. Might have been showing something. And 3-on-3. Breeze goes for the gamble push through the smoke, trying to get information so they can concentrate the forces. But he picked up the AWP onto Cirque. He is tagged. He does have Kevlar. Got to be careful with the feet, and Elige will remind him, don't come this way. He'll go straight into Nitro. That leaves Fugly alone now. They know where he is. He just took out Steel. Elige staying close to Blue. Even jumping to avoid the headshot. Gets a free kill, and that is NRG broke.
Yeah, I feel like this is the same thing that happened on Mirage, except the other way around. You know, Liquid started off really well on Mirage. It looked like they were in full control. They lost a few rounds in a row, and then the economy shifted, and we ended, I think, like 8-7 at half. Could happen again here. What do you think about the MP7? There's a lot of people using the MP7 lately.
Dude, my teammates just swear by it, and I started using it. It is a freaking laser. It
really?
Yeah. I always thought there was like no reason to buy an MP7 because UMP's great, high armor pen, it's cheaper, and then MP9 is also nuts.
Yeah.
But the MP7 is actually amazing.
It's the price.
Really?
Because the UMP was so good for 1200, but the MP7 is 1700. I always loved the MP7, but it became difficult to justify. I like it for the faster fire rate. I prefer it over the UMP, but I think people just instantly went to it once they increased the damage drop-off at distance with the UMP. And I feel like people didn't even test the UMP really for any period of time. They just went to the MP7. But the MP7's always been good. It's just like, why spend the extra $500?
The recoil's tighter on the MP7, so it's almost as good as a rifle in terms of like how accurate you can be at a distance, which is nuts. But I never realized that until like I started using it a couple weeks ago. But now I use it on anti-ecos. So yeah, I thought it was totally overpriced for a long time, but now I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh,
Are you getting a Launders MP7 highlight video?
It should be. Chris J's already. There was that tournament. Chris J had 39 MP7
Oh yeah,
kills.
that was insane. What are you talking about?
Yeah, ask him actually.
Nice Molotov back bomb train. Look at this fake from Team Liquid. Almost inviting 4 people into the B bomb site, but 2 are staying close to connector. They were not fully committed. Smoke round the site, and the CTs will have to rotate. Molotov behind as well, so they can't jump on the bomb train. Really nice execute from Team Liquid on both sides. That's going to leave Breeze in a 1 versus 2. They're lining up for him, but Steel doesn't want to go too deep. The bomb needs to be collected, but he still needs to cross to the right of Breeze, who stays there, reloads at absolutely horrible timing. Not sure if either player looks away again as Steel makes it into Pop Dog. That is hilarious.
That's Counter-Strike, right? I mean,
Timing twice.
when you're on patrol, you like risk missing something, but it just makes sense to do what he's trying to do. And suddenly, like, you know, Steel has every opportunity here to win. It depends though if he tries to go back to A ramp or not. Oh, will he get away? Oh no, he didn't get back though. Oh my god, he peeked again. You think at that point Steel's like, oh, jig's up. All right, gonna hide, wait a little bit longer. But then he went 2 levels deep and was like, all right, you think I'm gonna hide?
That's a crazy situation.
Yeah.
Damn. They've gone for the... Oh, it's the last round. Okay, cool. Never mind. MP9 is out. Fast fire race on that as well. CZ75, the UMP, and the FAMAS, the French gun. Waterfall into the Pop Dog area, and if he avoids the ladder, they'll have no idea that he's here. Gets the AK, can stay away from the fire. Dropping a flash, trying to create space. Steel towards A, 3 versus 2. Almost a role reversal. Now the bomb is down, plays in main. Cirque with the UMP. Tries to reset the situation. The ladder might be heard from there. Actually, probably not. But now I think he'll have been heard. But you can never be too sure.
He should be able to
I
hear
think
that.
Nitro, I think he just heard the running.
Yeah, he should be able to hear that.
Yeah. Yes, I know where you are. Cirque has no Kevlar. So Nitro, so he has no diffuse kit, is what I meant to say. So he can't really rotate towards the back, which makes it very easy for Nitro once he gets a sound cue. And here is the round for him. Cirque leading the charge once again, 17 for 8. Good for 8 rounds, good for a thin lead as they move into the second half.
Remember when we flip-flopped at 8-2? I want to go back.
That's true. I just want to flip. How do we unflip?
I don't like, I'm not a fan of when people say people would say NRG won the half because they lead by 1.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But I feel like that's a misleading statement.
It is, for sure. I mean, I guess on the one hand, since the half's over, it's not like they won the half numerically, so, they're closer to their end goal, but
There is only winning when you win the match.
that's true.
There is no winning at halftime.
Yeah.
I would say, like, if it's a 12-3 or something, then you might say... I would just never use that phrase.
Yeah, in traditional sports, it's like... no one really says,
Yeah, you lead at halftime.
Yeah, you're up by like 4 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, no one's ever like, they're winning by 4 points. They won the
you
half.
can't... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No one really says that.
If you're 1-0 up at halftime, but you lose 2-1, then what did you win? You didn't win anything. You didn't get anything for leading at halftime.
No one's going to remember your half.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a pistol round.
Now they won the half.
4 AKs, they've gone for the big guns. With Daps on the Mac 10, Daps is the expendable human being.
Jeez.
There are the flashbangs on both sides. So I think the T's will know that somebody made their way to popped up. Oh, the meat shot missed on the second one. Love me some Mag 7. Nitro trying to land some shots there with the Deeg. Not quite hitting the mark. So, always hits the mark. Twist just runs. Oh man. 2-1-2 now.
Oof.
And it's over.
Wonders, you ever buy a Mag 7 on a 1-7 buy?
On a 1-7 buy?
Like a 1-8 buy? Like 1-9 instead of buying a Scout or instead of buying pistol head armor? Pistol armor nade?
Yeah. I always get nades.
So you wouldn't get a Mag?
Unless I was playing, because I never played ramp or
Yeah.
ladder or inner. Sorry.
I'm not gonna say I've never done it, but it's something I've only done a handful of times. Maybe is the Mag 7 nothing buy.
But I often lean towards a Scout. You need to be in those close quarters. So especially on train, if you're A, you're probably buying a Scout. And here we are again in a 2 versus 2. And Twist is annihilating people again. Timing. They line up for Daps. I think he was seen. Judging by the way Nitro is aiming, I would say he's seen. Now he sees all. And Daps will finish it off.
There have been some nutty pistol rounds.
Insane,
Like
yeah.
pistol clips, I guess, in these 2 maps.
These egos don't come cheap. And like, nobody wants to bounce the eagle. Those shots are just straight legit.
Yeah. Feels good. Feels good.
Excuse me. Yeah, this combination is nice, but honestly, Crimson Weave and Red Bayonet looks much better. Oh, he's being teased! Oh, in your mind's eye, you saw it.
He should have shot. Because the guy hurt his scope, so.
Showed a little ankle.
It's going to be frustrating for a leash.
All right, let's get it. Oh, they're actually just waiting for the regress. No one's anti-flash though. Oh.
Can we do it again? Do we get it again?
I wondered if one of them was going to face the wall because it seemed like they were almost waiting for a repeat, but surely it was going to come with a flash.
Yeah, no one was anti-flash. They just both stood there watching.
What a bizarre scenario.
But they were both ready to escape. That was the great part. That was like a Charlie Chaplin.
Well, while that's all going on,
It's been a very heavy utility. Oh, they got Ivy control at least.
Yeah, well, yeah, Nafly's miles away in CT spawn looking at Ivy, so I mean Team Liquid will know what they're vulnerable to, especially as the smoke disappears. So they've got the players making a forward play towards main, but this has to work out for them. Well, there's the bomb. Again, Nitro, he can go deep on the blue so he's not visible to main. Have a look towards the back of Ivy. Oh dear, Cirque for once doesn't kill somebody. Ethan left over with 6 HP. And maybe this will be all about the CTs on both halves.
That was a pretty good split from NRG. It was just like the spacing was perfect. It was just a nice play from Nitro on the top blue to like know where to find his fights.
Yeah.
That's always really hard when they're
I think the Ivy guys should have been first contact in that hit instead of the mid guys. And the reason being is because the people in ladder were aware that Elige was in there to start. They were aware he got pop flash back in, so they can account for one guy front side. The guy mid saw a deep smoke team mid, so he can account for a second guy at front side. So you know that backside by Ivy is weak at that point. So why would you go first out mid instead of allowing the Ivy guys to get, you know, a favorable engagement first, and then trailing out mid when the guy holding mid is a little bit panicky and has to worry about 2 areas.
That gives them a fair fight.
I thought that's what they were going to do, to be honest, but the mid guys end up going early.
Speaking of early, Nafly's taken down at the 1:35 mark. That's very early indeed. Team Liquid fighting around the bomb train. Breeze just walking out of the smoke with the bomb, and that's a lot of early information for the CTs as they rotate, as the frags continue. A flick from Nitro, a HE from Nitro as well, which will land on the noggin, and Cirque's on 65 HP. 2-on-2, no more grenades for the T. Cirque doesn't feel like he can move from the default position. Shoulder peeking, Twist can surely see this, being very patient indeed, but now he's been spotted with the occasional wide peek from Cirque. Now he knows where all the players are, wins the duel, and he can move around. 1 versus 2 for Nitro. One player in the red, Daps trying to bait. Cirque's not necessarily high in health, but he's been left on his own, dancing around the bomb train with Nitro, and Daps has left him, no more trade. And Nitro seems to have no idea where Daps has gone. He's got no, he does have a kit, but if he can't find a player, what can he do? He's baiting, but he might as well run away, otherwise he's going to die. Daps probably is going to die anyway.
It's good.
Yeah, it was a really smart play by Daps. Like, the second he knew that Nitro went to the left side of bomb, you could see that was his cue. All right, I'm getting up the low ramp. I'm securing this round.
Where did all those other kills come from, though?
Yeah, I don't know how they turned.
Because Breeze has jumped through the low ramp, but still 5v5, right?
No, they got the opening kill on an upper push. So it's 5v4 for NRG. That made a 4v4. Then the other guy got another kill.
Okay.
3v3 at that point.
Broken by for Liquid. But since, oh wow, they had the op. Cirque's like, never mind.
He loves it.
Jeez.
He loves a good peek. Must be so fun to play with him. Daps has plantarized the bomb Zors, taken down by Elige towards Oil. Both playing around the quarter of the corner of the train. And there's the early Molotov, so they can't troll them, touching the bomb all the time. But there may still be time for a defuse afterwards. Touching the bomb, and they're holding it. They have to. They've got no kit. There's 3 players. Fugly taken down. Steel doing a great job there. Hero mode. And the round is
So you know that tarp that Steel just fell to, and how there's that little lip? What do you think about? So I actually like this, but I'm curious what you think. I don't know if you're aware, but if you run along that little lip by the tarp, you can see over the bomb train hitch and thus see like the head of someone hiding back pop. Or if you were to run on the floor, you would be at a different angle, but you could see over the hitch and see someone's head a little bit further. I don't know if that makes sense. You would see them afterwards.
Are you saying you add something on it?
Yeah, you add a new angle with that, but it's also like a weird angle. I like it, personally. Like, I think it's like an interesting map design that I feel like they added. Holy shit. That's 2 rounds in a row. Nitro just gotten wrecked.
This is nutty. It's like an FPL match.
I have to visualize it.
Yeah.
I can't
Right then, 12 to 10. The AKs are out once again for NRG, Nitro and the AWP after stealing that round away. Flashes from the T side, making the way down into the pop dog immediately. Is it a fast one? We've got the Molotovs there from the T side. T's creating some space, but Breeze is high, he's blind, and he's dead. Nafly moving to Olaf Meyer's position. Moving towards main, but Fugly's waiting for it. May have been some shadow advantage as well. Only warning sign. 4 on 4.
If you're right up against the train, can you see the shadow?
Yeah, he could definitely have seen a shadow, I'm pretty sure. If not, then
Oh,
he
if
could
you're
still
right
see
up.
his
He was wide.
you could still see his feet underneath like a little crack.
Yeah, that's
where he has
right.
the advantage anyway, even if he couldn't.
He's having a butcher's hook around the B-bomb site. Steal at the back. Good for the 1 frag. Default plant coming in. Cirque with an off angle. Elige not ready for that one. It's a nice angle with which to cover a flank. 3 versus 2. Twist and Nitro. You hear the scope of Nitro in the background. Twist slowly making his way in, making some noise at the same time though. Fugly will do some baiting. Twist looking for a trade fragger, but will kill Fugly in the meantime. There's Nitro on the high ground. Where's the last player? Cirque. He's on the low. And Nitro's rotating. Twist down in the meantime, but Cirque can't escape. Nitro's everywhere. And he has a defuse kit.
That was well done from Nitro to get in position that quickly.
Yeah, it was really well done by him, but I also think NRG played that pretty poorly.
Yeah.
I don't know why that upper guy peeked. I also don't know why Fugly commit out.
Yeah, he
for
could have
that
just sat
one-on-one.
back bombed them.
Yeah. All they had to do at that point was just play the bomb.
Yeah, it's like he wouldn't Fugly wouldn't be able to be useful, but they at least have to be worried about him for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw that too.
Liquid with 30,600 of equipments. At the beginning of this round, looking to tie the score versus NRG. There's a pop flash and Ivy to stop the push, should there be one, but it's going to be easy for Twist, at least the first 2 frags. Breeze is going kind of crazy at the moment, especially with the pistols. He's been the problem, but it's only Twist to go down.
So it's just a great recovery from Liquid. NRG did only get the pistol in this half, so I think they'll have 1 rifle round. Yeah. One of the first very full buys and a total game changer for either team.
Yeah, this is a super important round right here for NRG. I think Liquid could live with a round loss, but NRG really needs to get things rolling.
So if you see nothing fast and you don't have much map control, are you just fine as a CT to just kind of sit and play the spam / like smoke?
Yeah, I think on
maintain?
CT train you could definitely feel comfortable with that. They threw a deep T mid smoke, so basically, you know, they're gonna know if the T's take back mid. There's probably gonna be a sound cue. Some guy might have to jump across. So even throwing that smoke and not being there is super powerful.
Yeah, because people will throw a lot of nades to try to get it back, right?
Yeah.
Flash the corner, double peek.
Even though Naf died there, he did get a lot of info, saw a head stack, maybe even saw a 3rd guy. Not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he saw 2 or 3. Interesting what comes up on the radar. Such a tight angle. 2-man drop into...
He was holding for the leg peek.
Yeah.
He was holding for the
up and
ankle.
down, right?
He was trying to get that ankle.
Oh, lovely play from Nitro, just backing off now. It's a free throw peppering. Twist missing the shot. 25 seconds for the bomb to go down. That's a big frag for the T's. Bomb does go down. Nitro towards main. They know he's there, or he was there. Now Steel's been seen towards the connector position. Daps will strafe from frag. At least Nitro. They're looking to ring his bell. Got 2 frags so far. Spotting Daps, but Daps will have the better of it. 3k for Daps. 2k for Daps, sorry. And NRG are back in the lead. Liquid made it this far, and they've been reset. The money's here and there. They could buy. Not everybody would have a good buy, but more than half, perhaps.
This is a pretty good example of why you can just chill out and default, and sometimes the CTs will give up like a relatively easy kill, like Naf pushing upper.
Yeah, it's one of the good things about having such a strong default is you get a lot of rounds for free. You know, like without showing everything. You know, you can't really counter-strat something like that because they just waited for a round and they got it.
Yeah.
So if you build off of something like that and you had executes off of that, then you have, you know, 3 other ways to win rounds off of, you know, one thing. And hopefully you may win like 30% of your rounds just setting up in that base formation, and then, you know, win another 30% doing executes, and yeah, then fast rushes.
Battle of the Orpas. Nitro need not go past this angle. Same for Sec.
Uh-oh. His teammate's going to peek with him now.
Ooh. Oh!
Oh, he hit them both!
Oh my god, he kills Sec after the fact.
And then Ugly trades him.
So awkward. But it works out for NRG. Can the bomb go down? Twist quickly moving perhaps towards the spools on the high ground. But only with a CZ. His other 2 players have rifles. Maybe they can run distraction. Looking towards oil, but Fugly is well placed. He will not be spotted. There's a flank taken down.
There's another flank. Well, from the T's, I should say.
Indeed there is. Twist making some noise. Okay, Nafla got the first one. Didn't look as it wasn't as bad as it looked. And there is Breeze with the Molotov, and will they see the trajectory? They will, and timing doesn't work in his favor. Molotov kind of worked, I suppose.
That's getting tight. Damn. If he just walked that up or just waited, I mean, he didn't know that no one was on it was the problem. But if he had just known and just walked up and then threw a molly late, it would have been perfect. This is really...
I don't know how they won both of those fights.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so crazy to me.
Yeah, Steel's probably pretty upset. He did like 90 to both.
Yeah, James and I were talking earlier about how his NA comrades in matchmaking get a kill and they just rush immediately into the sites.
Like,
but that was the one scenario where, you know, that's the right call. They get 2 kills on inner. You know the other 3 pretty much have to be outside.
If you get 2, yeah.
You should flood the site before the rotate gets there and leave one guy with the flank, which is, they played it perfectly. It's just they couldn't hold the site, probably because they missed the molly to the Z. They're both forced to the right, but yeah.
I'm going to be playing more with the NA comrades after this. After our broadcast is finished, I'm going to jump straight on the hubs. I queue all the hubs at the same time.
Make sure you tweet at James Bardoff to be part of his team. Silver's and above, please.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you as a human being.
Anything for you, James.
3 players with Kevlar for NRG, so they can take a few taps perhaps while they make it towards the bomb site to try and plant the bomb. Breeze forcing the issue. Molotov down. Nafly on the high ground. Sees a booty, but he can't stop the plant. Extra money for NRG, and now it's about damage. Nafly picked off, and okay, it's just Ethan looking for the 1-digs. You wonder that that body on the floor is there for us, but for him it might be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it could be obscuring his vision trying to get that 1v1, don't know.
It is true. Happens quite often that actually matters. Wow, and suddenly Liquid are in the lead. Unreal scenes here at ECS.
Can't believe it. Their CT sides are so good.
Yeah. What would you try to do as NRG maybe? I mean, they've messed up a couple post plants in or two, so you could say like their early to mid round is actually going as planned. It's just they can't close out.
Yeah, based on how much Liquid's playing front side heavy, I would try to abuse Ivy. But it's honestly easier said than done against a lot of these good teams because you'll get smoked off twice. Then when you start working up, you experience like flash peaks. Molotovs once you're ready to exit Ivy. You know, there's a lot of protocol that you have to get past before you ever get out of Ivy and get the fight you're looking for.
Yeah, Ivy's so hard.
I mean, it's easy if a team plays it wrong, but it's hard when you're playing a good team. Buddy system. 2 ladder, 2 Ivy. Lone Wolf inner. Are you a Lone Wolf, James, when you play? Or are you buddy system kind of guy?
Why don't just teams do the molly trap? Alicia just died twice there when he could have just watched. Alicia could, instead of like looking for that like going 2 levels deep and watching for that feet pick or whatever, he could have just held the angle. They'd totem drop into him and he headshots both of them, not moving his crosshair at all. But there he took some risks and tried to move around a bit. Why don't teams just molly the doorway and then molly inside, and then just spam the spot in the middle if they're still there, or just drop right after?
I think it's just too obvious, and what happens is the CT just like immediately flashes in, or they counter molly deep. So what happened a lot when we would do the double molly like you're talking about is the CT would then just, as your mollies fade, he would throw a deep molly. And just you'd be right back in the same scenario, except you wouldn't have Molotovs anymore. So you just have to get that kill, honestly. But I always toyed with the aspect of like throwing, the deep molly, and then trying to bait that guy into staying in there, and then you throw the second one like a second later with a nade coupled with it. Yeah. And you're just dead. Yeah. At that point, you'd just be dead.
Well, there's like a spot you can stand in between the two. Yeah. But if you're peeking into down the ladder, you can just spam the wood, and it's like 100 damage in like 3 seconds.
2 CTs left, and that's pretty much the round. Twist at the point of no return. And this one's going down to the wire. Round 29, and the money is horrible for Team Liquid. Oof. Might see a 2-0 here.
What do you do with this buy, Launders? Do you buy here or do you save?
Oh, if I'm Liquid?
If you're Liquid.
Oh man, I don't know if I buy here. 2 rounds left. I would have just saved. I don't know. I would be really worried about a fast hit from NRG, since they know that I'm either forcing or I have a low buy, and I don't have the guns or nades to stop it.
It's an interestingly tight spot, actually, I think, in terms of which decision you take, or people might take.
What would you have done?
I would have bought.
I think with that clock
we talked about this earlier, James and I.
No OT.
Yeah, but with the clock ticking, I think here I'd buy as well.
Yeah. I was talking about
which is kind of weird,
because we saw NIP when it was like 14-7. They were in the same scenario where it's like you're down 14-7.
But this is 14-14.
Yeah, I still buy. I don't care.
At 14-7, I said save, and at 14-14, I think if I take a timeout, then maybe
at 14-7, absolutely. I'm like, we need more than just this like next round to be able to win. But like 14-14, I feel like it's not responsible to not play for 2 rounds when you have a much better chance.
Wonders, we're headshotting people out here in a Counter-Strike server. We're not trying to be responsible, okay?
Twist and Leash got down to a 2 versus 3. Now it's just down to Twist. Would you put anybody else in that position? Probably not. Moving around the site, takes the first one down. There's the second one very quickly indeed. And I think Fugly was spraying. He peeks out. He tries to run away. And no grenades for Twist. No diffuse kit either. He's got to communicate with his teammates. Is there a grenade anywhere? Fugly, does he go for the peek? Oh, Twist!
No.
Oh, he knows.
It's so tight.
Oh my
Fugly's gaming him.
If he just sprays anyway, he might even kill him. This is ridiculous.
He's got so many chances. Oh, he has it.
Too late. It's too late. He's got no kit.
Oh, damn.
Unbelievable.
So a lot of people praise Brax with his jiggle peeking, but I swear, ever since when Fugly was on Liquid, I've noticed his jiggle peeks and just awareness of
he's never been like
angles is really strong.
He's never been like star player, but his mechanics are impeccable. He's almost a lot like Nitro actually.
He's evolved a lot as a player too. So like when he was on Liquid, I would notice he would clear angles where I was just like, yo, there can't even be a guy there. Like literally, it's impossible for there to be a guy there at this point in the round. It's too early for a CT to be pushed there. But he was like hyper aware of everything that could possibly kill him in CS, which is a good thing because now he's like honed it down to a level where it's functional. Like he's realized those mistakes and he's fixed that as a player, and he still has these super strong jiggle peaks, which fits in really well with an aggressive team that he has right now. He's like that passive player that's really hard to get an opening pick on.
Well, that's super sick. I was more so rooting for not just like Liquid to win the round, but just for Twist to get the 1v3 because it would have been nuts.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
But I mean, I guess they almost won the round. They do have another round that's like the last one where they don't have as much as they like to work with, but they were close.
The Zeus nade.
Zeus nade.
The Zeus nade. You didn't see that tournament where
Oh,
you just like
the
missed that
Zeus
already?
nade.
Gotcha. Where NRG was like losing his mind.
Just made me think, when you said Zeus nade, it made me think of Scream when he was in T-spawn and he tries to get rid of a HE grenade to buy a flash or something. It just bounced back off the sign. It's like 30 damage to every single one of his teammates. It was unbelievable. Liquid might have made it work, but again, it's Twist who's the last man standing, and he may take one person by surprise when he announces his position. Again, no kit and 3 people to find. Maybe a harder task on the B-bomb site. Walking through as one of the teasers, falling down, and that's a Q. They know where he is now. Bree starting to move in. Player on the high ground as well, and surely he is doomed. There it is, Breeze to finish things off. 21-19 for him. 16-14 for NRG. Good day for NRG.
Damn. Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm feeling like NRG is the final boss right now of ECS NA. You know, like
Wow.
they are the ones in control right now of that #1 seed. They look so strong whenever I watch them.
Those are